That's us now. I've got my iron brew, I've got my sprays. I've actually not got too much ironing, so that's not bad. Hold on, I'll get the chat up so I can see. It's a beautiful day, so I'm going to be out in my garden. Hopefully I'm going to be planting more plants. I've got seeds, I've got poppies, I've got lavender, I've got forget-me-nots. So I'm going to be out there planting. If my soil comes today, I'm waiting more soil. There we go. Good morning, lovely Tegan and BJ. Good morning to you. Good morning. There we are. Mikey, don't be living dangerously. Am I too low? Wait a minute to fix you. I'm a bit too low there. Am I too high now? I can never get it right. Right, so. Genevieve, good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. These are a bit damp, these ones, so I'm just going to iron them and then hang them up. So I am. Cass, good morning to you. As I say, it's a gorgeous. I've actually got a washing out my washing line this morning. I've got that done. I've bleached my bathroom. My bathroom's all nice and clean and everything. Because see, tomorrow you know what I do on Saturdays. You know what I got up to on Saturdays, because you're with me when I do it. A bit of flavouring. Oh, and I've got great news. There's my lovely Celia. Good morning, beautiful Celia. Cass, did I say good morning to you? Hope I did. I hope I did. My memory's terrible. It's really bad. Sophie's been moved from intensive care and she's now in a high dependency ward. So she's out intensive care. So that was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 12 days. 12 days she was in intensive care. Good morning, sweet Pip. Good morning to you. So, being moved into a high dependency ward is a big deal for us. So, I feel so good. And my daughter Amanda, she feels the same. And my ex-husband, he feels the same. And, oh, thank God. Thank you, everybody, for your prayers and everything. But I was a wee bit upset this morning with trolls. Yes. Good morning, Gold Dust. There's my gorgeous Gold Dust. This morning, Sophie has wrote on her Facebook. The first time she's wrote on her Facebook, she's been able to do that. Catherine, good morning to you. Good morning. So she wrote a wee thing on Facebook. Good morning, Mouse Whispers. She wrote a wee thing on Facebook this morning, and it's a wee bit jumbled. You've got to understand she's still on medication and everything that she's been through. So our words are a wee bit jumbled and stuff like that. But we're all on there going, oh, it's great that you're on, and blah, blah, blah. Some guy come on and you know what he said? The first thing he said, are you on drugs, or did they give you drugs, or what drugs did they give you? Something like that. So the mother in me, I thought, no. I wasn't nasty, but I did write. Really, that's the first thing you say to someone that's been in intensive care in hospital. You don't ask them how are you, or get well soon. I tell you, the mother in me was like that. Kind of things that somebody's been in intensive care all this time, and that's what you're going to say. Are you on drugs? Well, she nearly died, so yes, she was on bloody drugs. I don't know why I get upset, you see. I get upset. If it was me, it'd be alright. But don't be messing with my baby. Especially when she's not been well. Be messing with her. And my other daughter, Amanda, sent me a text saying, Mum, I was ready to kick off in the chat, she says, but I thought I better not. Eliana, is that how to say your name? Eliana. That's a beautiful, oh my goodness, you've all got lovely names. Eliana, that's a gorgeous name. So that's what happened this morning. I was not, but she's wrote a wee status on Facebook. and she's still a bit confused, but see if somebody would have said to me last week she'd be sitting up and on her laptop writing. So I'm feeling all is good in the world. I'm so happy. So happy. I'm going to enjoy my flavouring completely tomorrow. I enjoy it every Saturday, but it was going to be even more sweeter tomorrow. Let me get my Iron Brew. Can you see my bottle of oil? Oh, you can there. It's, where is it? Here it's. That's the bottle of vodka my son got me for Mother's Day. It's a fancy bottle. I know. Good morning, my M, my beautiful M. I know that's the first thing that he said was, or the only thing he said. Did they give you drugs, or are you on drugs? Something along there. Just that. Not even a hello. I thought, no. But I refrained from swearing and stuff. I did write shaking my damn head. Know how the S-M-D-H. Because I was shaking my head as I was writing it. Say that to my baby after everything she's been through. We've got all this built up rage and well, not rage, worry. We've had all this built up worry and we're just ready to vent it, really. So somebody comes onto our Facebook like that, we're there. My fingers are on fire. Here, you. Pack it in. Stop what you're doing. Forrest Gump. That's hilarious. That's a true story actually about the Forrest Gump. If you don't know the story of Forrest Gump, I'll tell you that again, because it's worth telling you this story again about my ex-husband. Now, if you don't know, me and my ex-husband, we're still like really good friends. I mean, I have him down at Christmas and stuff like that, and if I ever needed him, he'd be there for me, and I'm the same for him. We just fell out of love. We didn't fall out of friendship with each other. So when we were married, I know, Cass, that was awful. When we were married, Amanda's ex-boyfriend was going to be going to Iraq, because he was in the army and he was going to be going to Iraq, and he was getting all these injections and stuff like that. And Amanda was absolutely worried, sick and breaking her heart and everything. And he went, and she was so upset and she was falling apart. She had to go to the doctor because she was so upset. She was needing something to calm her down. So I was breaking my heart. I'm thinking, you know, the worst is going to go over there. God knows what's going to happen to him in Iraq. All this was kicking off. So we came home and I'm rubbing her back. You'll be all right, baby. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be all right. And I said to my ex-husband, why don't you put on a good movie? A funny movie. Put on a funny movie. And nothing with army in it. Nothing with army guys in it, because, you know, we can't be doing anything like that with Amanda. No army guys in it. And a wee happy movie so that it cheers her up. I'd went to my bed because I was still crying my eyes out. I went to my bed. Next thing, I hear the crying and the running down the stair like that, sobbing her eyes out. I said, what's wrong? I said, did the movie not cheer you up? She says, he put on Forrest Gump. I said, I says, there's nothing happy about that movie. So I went up, because in my old house, the bedrooms were down the stair, the living room was up the stair. I went up the stair and I said to him, what did you put Forrest Gump on? I said, I told you to put a happy movie on. He says, well, it is happy in the end. I said, his mum dies, his girlfriend dies, Lieutenant Dan gets his legs blown off. I mean, I could go on and on. We all know the story of Forrest Gump. It's quite a quite a sad movie. And I says to him, if that's a happy movie, I wouldn't like to see your sad movies. So, moral of the story, never ask the ex-husband to put on a happy movie. He's going to put on Bambi or Watership Down or something. Yeah, maybe everybody's just enjoying listening to my wee story. It's his birthday today. Oh, happy birthday, Pips, man. Oh, I hope he has a lovely day. I've got my Easter eggs there, and I'm going to do a video and it'll be on my channel on Sunday, just tapping the Easter egg box and stuff, and then doing my whole crazy ritual that I do with Easter eggs. Gold Dust, a happy movie, Forrest Gump. It's quite a drastic movie, isn't it? I mean, I lie in my bed, I'm expecting some kind of happy, like what's that, Step Brothers, that's a happy movie, that's quite funny. Forrest Gump, there's nothing funny about it. I'm lying in my bed and I hear my daughter coming run down the stairs, like that. I'm like, what's wrong? And I said to him, no army guys, no army guys. Anyway, that's just my ex-husband. Alright, that's wonderful that you hide your Easter eggs. We never used to do that, but I wish we would have. Because that's fun. Oh, Step Brothers is... Will Ferrell, I just love the man. I think he's awesome. And that is a hilarious movie. Step Brothers. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch Step Brothers. There's my gorgeous open-minded. Oh, wait a minute, the dogs are going out to play. What is like ready? Don't be causing mayhem to the neighbourhood. Yeah, they're outside now. They're outside causing mayhem in the neighbourhood. It was freezing this morning. It's absolutely freezing, but the sun is... Can I show you? Look at the sunshine. Beautiful sunshine. As you can see, I've got my things. That's not the husband. Know how somebody thinks I've got a secret husband? That's not him there. Or a ghost. It's my throw for my couch. This is how I dry them. I don't put them in the tumble dryer. I wash them and I hang them up to dry. So I've changed my covers. But that looks as if that's... Stay in there. Don't you be coming out, Aquaman. Stay in your cover. I know, open-minded, there's what they like. What would I do without my babies though? Sometimes they drive me mental with the barking. But that's just what Jack Russells do. And it's not just mine, because I watch Jack Russells on YouTube. They're all the same. They all go crazy. Gold Dust, I know. Oh, I've seen some of the things that he's done. It's hilarious. Like, as I said, at Halloween, you know what my house is like? Oh, you were steamy there. I've got skeletons hanging up all over the place. Skeletons, bats and everything like this all hanging up. And he'll come in and he'll sit down and I'll say, do you not notice anything? He'll go, have you had your hair done? I'm going, no, the skeletons. Oh God, I never noticed them. I could have been cooking naked for the man and he would have just come in and went, what's for tea? He doesn't notice stuff. Ah, open-minded. Gold Dust, that's Jason under the covers there. Stay in there, you. They're coming out until I come off this live stream. That would be alright. See if Jason was sitting here. Anyway, there would be no ironing done. I'd be busy. If Jason was here, I wouldn't be doing ironing. I'd be doing something else. Where is Sky? Where's my Sky? I'm glad that Sky's got a nice new man. But I think we all need to vent. Is it vent? It's not vent. Vet, is that the word? I think we all need to check him out, is what I'm trying to say. We'll need to have him sat down and we'll all need to get your questions for this guy. How much money do you make a week? Right, okay. As I said, what's a romantic night for you? I want to know that one. I've never had romance. See if you've had romance in your life. That's a wonderful thing. I've never really had... My ex-husband wasn't romantic at all. I wouldn't say he was romantic. There was nothing... The only time he was romantic was in Spain. But we were hammered the whole time. So... But it was quite romantic in Spain, but that's really about it. I've never had anything like that, romance. I've read about it, but I've never had it. Open-minded, we need to exactly interview him. Get some questions, everyone. We're going to be asking this guy. we don't want to scare him off, though. We don't want to scare him off. Oh, I know, she's so beautiful. I know. I'd seen a picture. She sent me a picture before, and I thought, oh, I thought she's just the way I imagined her to be. I knew she would be beautiful. I knew she would be gorgeous. Yeah, open mind. I've never had romance. See all this romance stuff, candles lit and rose petals in your bath. I think the only time he ran me a bath was after I had gave birth to one of my children. That was about it. But I've heard that some men do that, put candles and all this good stuff. I've not had none of that. All I've had is get your, what we see in Scotland, your cacks off and get into the bedroom. That's all I've had my whole life. Get your cacks off and get into the room. That's as romantic as I've ever had. That's it. Maybe one day. Who knows? Strange things happen. As I say, some wee old people that are in nursing homes now find someone and fall in love. It's not too late for me yet. See if it happens, I'll be letting you know. By God, they'll need to be someone to put up with me. I'm not easy, I don't think. Yes, my wee Easter bunny bow. My wee Easter bow. Listen to her. She's in there going crazy. Jack Russells, what can you do? But there was a CAT trying to get at my pigeons this morning. So I had to scare it to get it away from my car. It was under the car eyeing up my pigeons. Listen to her. I'm going to need to give her into trouble. Poppy! Did you see my bloopers yet? I was just thinking that. Did you see my bloopers? The struggles of an ASMR artist is real. And you're trying to be quiet and things are kicking off. And see if you've got to keep pausing it. It starts getting to you. Am I ever going to get through this bloody video? Yes, gold dust. I've never really had any kind of romance as such, like romantic things or anything. As I say, it's just been get your cacks off and get into the room. That's it, and I've been like, right, okay then, cacks off. That's been about it. I'm trying to think if I've had any kind of romantic situation. No, I can't think of one. Honestly, I can't think of one. Yeah, well, saying that a bottle of Monk's wine, that's... But that's not really romance, is it, like you see on the telly? I thought romance was just a kid-on thing, but apparently some people have it. That's what we want for Sky. That's how I want to ask this boy. What would you class as a romantic evening in? See if it's cacks off and into the room. No, I'm not having that. I want the full thing, a bath ran with rose petals and all this. That's what I want, all that kind of stuff. Wee notes and things like that. No, I don't. Some Scottish men, aye, but not a lot of Scottish men have the romance in them. I don't know why. The shows like the, are you talking like the fairground shows or like a concert show, curl up? And good morning, Rena, good morning to you. See, I like a cuddle, I must admit, I like a bit of spooning. I enjoy that, a bit of spooning. So that's quite nice. I like a bit of that. But that's not really like the romance that I'm talking about Mills and Boons thing. Fairground shows, I've always enjoyed them. The best one ever was Disney. I mean, I can never go to a fairground now and think this is the best fairground ever. See, once you've been to Disney, that's it. I showed you pictures. Disney. I wasn't good with the roller coasters, although I did go on them. I was terrible. My face was like this. I've got the pictures to prove it. But I enjoyed it. It's a small world. That's more my ride, that. It's a small world. Just going round in a wee boat. That's a great one. Yes, I know, open-minded. I want like the Mills and Boons kind of romance. That's what I want. You know, spontaneous bunch of flowers or something like that. Oh, what's that for? Just because I love you, darling. Oh. You know, things like that. Doesn't happen. It's never happened to me. See, I've seen my mum and dad kiss, but, you know, they're not overly kissy people either. Maybe it's just because we're Scottish. But my ex-husband, he didn't like public shows of affection. See, if you were outside or anything like that, he wouldn't want to kiss you or anything like that. And see, when we held hands, it would look a bit ridiculous because, as I say, I'm just under 5 foot and he's 6'3". So I used to hold his hand like that. So, but we got used to the height difference, but I suppose it looked funny to other people. People looking in. Polite cat, thank you so much. Thank you so much. My name's Linda, so that you know that what my name is. And I like to do Ireland and just talk to you about stuff. But sometimes we get in the gutter, and that's just what we're doing on this channel. But I like to sit and do my ironing and talk to you. It keeps me going. Well, I suppose that's a romantic thing that he did do. He asked my dad for my hand in marriage, so I suppose that was romantic. So I take it back, he's never been romantic. He done that, that was romantic. Oh, I'd be cuddling you. You would get used to cuddles. I'd be cuddling you. Marta, good morning to you. And Hamburg, I hope I'm saying it right. Good morning, good morning. I hope it's nice where you are. We've got sunshine. Do you know what that means? I mean, it's absolutely freezing outside though. But that will not stop the wee Neds going about with their taps off today. It'll be taps off, monk's wine swinging. Rebecca, good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Sarah. Good morning. Yes, so if these are just coming in, I've got good news about my daughter, because I know a lot of you have been asking about her. She's been moved from intensive care to a high dependency ward, which is a huge step in the right direction for us and for her, because she's got a window now. She can look out in intensive care. There was no windows or anything like that, so now she's got a window that she can look outside. I used to look outside, and do you know what she said to me, right? She says, I'm in ward 18, Mum. She says, I think you've been in that ward, and I have. I remember being in that a few times. I was like, oh, I've been in that ward. I think I've been in every ward of that hospital for something or another. Yes, going in the right direction. Thank the Lord. I'm so grateful. I am so. Oh, I mean, you have got. I was going to say you have no idea, but I'm pretty sure you do have an idea of how good it feels that she's. Because last week we thought we were losing her. No mother should have to sit and think about funeral songs. And I'll tell you what funeral song I was thinking of. when she was a wee girl, you know how that one, Fatboy Slim, Praise You, right? When she was a wee girl, she thought the lyrics were, I want to craze you like a shoe. I want to craze you like a shoe. That's what she thought that song was. I want to craze you like a shoe. So, I was thinking about that song. But there you go, Sophie was going to craze you like a shoe when she was a wee girl. We thought that was hilarious. And she loved Spice Girls. She went to the Spice Girls concert in Glasgow. Well, me and Mike's husband went. And she used to sing, you know how that song, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. She used to sing, if you want to be my nana. See, just wee things like that come into your head. Just wee things like that. Thank you, open-minded. And as I said, we were all wearing rosary beads, and my son had the ones that you sent me. He was wearing them. I think we were all praying. Wait a minute, close this door. It's pretty chilly actually. Oh. But the sun. See, if I've got to put 2 coats on, I'll be sitting outside. So I will, rocking in my chair like that. Waiting on somebody coming up the path so I can go, get off my property. You see that in movies, don't you? So see, I've not got a lot to iron today, so that's good. But I was proud of putting a wee post on Facebook. I thought, see, that's her. See, when they start using social media again, you know they're getting better. I thought that's great. And then some guy coming on saying that to her, are you on drugs or have you had drugs? I said, oh no. I wasn't having that. Nope. Not today. Yeah. There's a guy in the UK called Peter Kay, and he's hilarious. And he goes through a lot of songs that sound like something different. I'm trying to think of one. Celine Dion, the Heart Goes On, the one that's in Titanic. And in the lyrics, I can't remember what it is, but it sounds like the hot dogs go on, the hot dogs, if you listen to it. But that was Sophie's song, I Want to Craze You Like a Shoe. Weird thing, I've never seen a crazy shoe, but well, there you are. Yeah, I know, it's so funny. And you've got a wee cat. See, although I've got Jack Russells, I love kitties as well. My brother's got a lovely cat. And when they go on holiday, a cat's it. And she's so gorgeous. She's like a kind of tabby cat. But she's intelligent. I mean, a lot of people don't think cats are intelligent, but she's really intelligent as well. And she's speedy, so she is. She's really speedy. And she loves her Auntie Linda, so she does. And she comes up on me and she does all this to me. She stands on me and does all that. And I'm like, I don't mind that if you do that to me, that's okay. So I love all animals. The only animals I do not like is wasps. Here, can you remember the story I told? A true story again. Somebody said that all my stories are rubbish. I make them up. They're all true. I was nearly in a fight up at the school. Remember that story? It was one summer's day and it was about September, around about the time the wasps are going crazy. And anybody that's been in a school playground knows it's a haven for wasps, right? Wasps everywhere. I'm terrified of wasps. So I had a fly swatter, you know, like a bat. So if one came near me, I could bat it away, and I felt good about this. So the school bell went, and all the children lined up to go into their class. And it was Peter that was in the school, so he lined up. I think he was in primary 3, so that's about 7-year-old he was. So I'm standing anyway, and this wasp comes up to me, and it's coming right up to me, and it aims for it. And I was like Serena Williams. I took that bat and I batted this wasp like that, and you seen it going tumbling through there, and it landed on someone's child. And I was going like that, and I was going, oh, I didn't mean to do that. And the mother ran over and saved the child. Now in Scotland, that's kind of fighting talk right there. If you bat a wasp onto somebody's child, I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry about that. So traumatized. That's what I've done. I've traumatized a child. I never thought to watch where I was batting. I just thought I'm getting this one. Oh, this is going to be batted. It was like an ace. I felt it hit off the bat. It was going wee wee. It was like that on somebody's child. Now the mother could have come over and slapped me or something. Don't you ever do that to my kid? It was a total accident, but you know, I'm thinking some child's going to grow up with a phobia of wasps, because and it'll be my fault. It'll be because of me that done it. So there you are. Yes, I love cats, I love dogs, I love all of it, but wasps I can't do. And they tried to trick me last year, remember? I thought I had bees. I thought it was special. I was going to look at the beautiful bees I've got in my house here. In my birdhouse, I've got bees, everyone. Look at the bees. In fact, we sat in my room all day watching the bees. Remember? And it turned out it was wasps. And I had to phone the exterminator, which I didn't like doing. £50 just for him to come here for 2 seconds to extinguish the wasps. But I was thinking I didn't want them stinging Mr. Mikey or Poppy. And round about September they go crazy, wasps, so I wasn't having that. Papa, no. Arrest her, what she done to that child. How could you do that to that child? Oh, I don't see, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I do believe that dogs and cats, they can sense well, dogs especially, they can sense when their owner isn't feeling good. Because see, if I'm having a bad day and I'm feeling really sad, the two of them will be round about my face the whole time. They'll be up on my knee, they'll be licking my face, they'll be doing all this kind of stuff. So they definitely they're definitely in tune with their owner. And you get some dogs that can sense when their owner's going to take a seizure and things like that. You know, they're very intelligent. And I watch a lot of programmes where it'll be like the big cats, like lions and cheetahs and all that kind of stuff. So I love all that kind of like, animals and things. I'd love to have been a vet, but I wouldn't be able to do that job, because if you saw wee dogs or cats or anything coming in that were, you know, in a bad way, it would break. It would never leave me. It'd break my bloody heart. So, I mean, they're saints to be able to do that with. Isn't it? I know. I felt as if actually I'm probably one of the only people in the world that hadn't seen the full video of George Floyd, and I found it so difficult to watch, and I couldn't understand. I can't understand why that. Do you know what? I think he's done it before. Personally, this is just my opinion. I think the man's done this before to people, and he just killed the man. There was nothing. But you know what they're doing? They had the children that saw this, that witnessed this up, and a lot of people in the chat were saying, "Why are you bringing the children up? Why are you bringing the children up?" He'll get more time added to his sentence if found guilty, because he had done this murder in front of children, so the judge can give him more time. So that's why all that was on. But it's so intense, and yesterday they were showing pictures of him in the ambulance, and that was, oh, it's so I don't know how his family are coping. I know they got a big settlement, but money doesn't, as I said, money's not everything. Money can't bring the man back. Ah, gold dust, that would be wonderful. See, people doing things like that is really good. I just, I can't even see on my Facebook if I see anything that animals treated badly. I've got to hide it from my news feed. I can't, I really can't stomach it. It's a bit of black for my iron, I'll need to fix that. I hate it when my iron does that and a white shirt leaves a wee mark. I've got to get that off. There we are. I know, and even when the ambulance guys come over, he's still on the man's neck. He's still there. Thank you, Green Nose. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. He's still on the man. It's disgusting, and see if they find him not guilty. There's going to be riots. I know that for a fact. And I can't see how. I mean, we've not heard the defence's side yet, but I think we all know what way the defence is going. It wouldn't matter if the man was out his face on drugs or not. It wouldn't matter, because that officer doing that. And there was a wee old man on it and he was breaking his heart. I had tears in my eyes. It was so sad. Yeah, it's disgusting. And as I said, I think the man's done it before. I don't think this is his first time. And see, when you watch the video, I don't know if it's just me, but it looked as if he was happy. He looked like there was, look what I'm doing kind of thing. And do you know what else? See, the other officer that was telling everybody to get in the sidewalk, he's equally as guilty. I want to see him in court. See if I ruled the world, changes would be happening. See, a lot, I do like the police as well. I'm very for the police, that we need the police. If we didn't have the police, it would be absolute chaos. And the police go out every single day and their loved ones don't know if they're going to come back home again. But like everything else, you get the bad apples of the group. And he's one of them that's used his badge for the wrong way when he should have been using it for the right way. I know, Gold Dust, did you hear that man that was calling him every name under the sun? I was glad he was calling him. And the lawyer's going, you were calling him a bitch or something like that 32 times or something, they said, and he was going, yes. I was like, good, I'm glad he called him that. And he was shouting, does that make you feel good, bro? Does that make you feel good? So, and that man knew about like martial arts and things like that, so I can't see how he's going to get off with this. I'm hoping to God he doesn't. That's just my opinion. But I'm listening to the trial, all the evidence. I'm listening to it all. But as I said, it doesn't matter if the man was in drugs or not. The officer should have never done that at the end of the day. And people were bringing up his past and saying, but he was in jail or something, or he done this and that. That still doesn't change the fact that this officer was on a man's neck for 9 minutes. But see, in the chat that I watched, the trolls are out of order. The trolls are absolutely disgusting. And I can't, you know, it kind of takes away a wee bit of humanity, the way I feel about humans, when I read the folk in the trolls in the chat saying the most disgusting things. I can't wait until the day that these people don't have secrecy anymore, that your IP address is clocked and you can't just go into places and say whatever you like that. I can't wait for that day. Katie Price, she's trying to get this done because, as I said, her son, Harvey, a lovely young man, he's autistic and he's blind and all this, and he gets relentless trolling online, the most disgusting things. So she's trying to get this, that we clock the IP addresses, and people aren't going to be able to just come on and say things hurtfully. Yes, see, in Scotland, I don't think we're as bad here in Scotland. As I said, we're open-minded. He had a fake $20 bill. He had a fake $20 bill. He went in to buy cigarettes and he had a fake $20 bill. Now, we don't know if he knew this was a fake. He could have been gave this $20 bill. But that's why the police were called, because of that. And that's what they done to the man. They murdered. There's no sugarcoating it. They murdered the man. Because as well as the guy on his neck, he had another 2 police officers on his back and on his legs, and he had handcuffs behind his back. For a $20 bill. And you know, I felt so sorry for the boy that worked in the shop, because he said if they do have counterfeit money, they get it taken from their paycheck. So that's how he says to his manager, that man's gave me a fake $20 bill, and that's what happened. He got murdered, and this boy is blaming himself. He says, I've got guilt, I feel guilty. What a bloody shame. Yes, Pipsy, we don't even know if he knew that he had this was a fake $20 bill, because you get your change back in shops and things like that. Walking in Hotties, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Yes, we're just talking the George Floyd trials on just now. I watch it every day. But today is a half day in the courtroom. Oh, here, we laugh though. I was laughing at this, but some lady, right, now this is a secure place, right? A secure place. They've got barricades outside and everything. It's a high profile trial, right? And nobody's allowed their phones or anything like that. The judge found out that some lady had been taking selfies in the lift. Like that. Some lady had been taking selfies in the lift, and the judge found out. The judge brought her up. Come here, come here. He had her phone, so you're taking pictures, and she went, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to. He's going, this is a high profile case. You're not allowed phones in the courtroom and everything like that. I could have you for contempt. And he was getting to her, and she was going, I'm sorry. I never posted them to YouTube or anything. I didn't post them anywhere. I was just taking a keepsake or a reminder of this event, and pull her up. I was in my bed. I'm a bit frightened of that judge right now. I'm a wee bit feared of him. Oh, he got stuck into her. And he had the phone and he says, delete the pictures. And I thought, that's the kind of stuff I'd have done. I'd have been in the lift taking selfies and get caught. I get caught for everything. I'm one of the ones. Yes, I know, it's horrible that they're blaming, and it's not the bystander's fault. It's not the poor boy that worked in the shop. We know whose fault it was. But the other officers shouldn't get off scot-free, because if I was a police officer, I'd be saying, do you want to, I think the guy's down, do you want to get off his neck? I know, as I say, it's difficult to watch. But I like to watch court cases. I remember watching the Jodi Arias trial. Oh, I've watched that about 5 or 6 times, and I've read Juan Martinez's book. I've got it in there. I read that as well. That was some trial. The Jodi Arias trial was some trial. But there's a bit here, see if you don't know. I was embarrassed as hell. I had no idea. There was a tape getting played, right? You'll be able to find it on YouTube. A tape that was played in the court that Jodie was having with Travis Alexander. The man never knew for 1 second that this phone call was being. Yes, I watched the O.J. Simpson as well, open minded. That Travis Alexander had no idea this was being recorded, right? So they start off just talking away and everything like that, and then it starts getting a bit dirty, and they start talking about intimate things, right? And I was like, well, here we go. That's what they're talking about. But here, then she fakes a climax is the only word I can use, and it's the loudest thing I've ever. She sounded as if it was a blue whale getting into her. I'm telling you, she was screaming and she was like that. I was trying to turn the volume down on my laptop. I was like, Jesus, the kids will be thinking I'm watching something. It's so awkward to even listen to. So that's what to do. Have a look for that if you want to wear. But I'd advise you to wear headphones if you're listening to that phone call. Oh yeah, I know that Caitlyn Jenner, is it? After the trial, she says that nobody was to even mention his name in her house again. And OJ's came out now and kind of basically said that he did do it and went through step to step how he done it. But that's what they done. It was a horrible trial. That it was the very first trial I ever seen. Actually, was the OJ trial. But I've watched quite a few. I've watched that guy not long ago. That guy that killed his parents. I watched that one, and he had a diary and had wrote all in it, right? Number 1, kill dad. Number 2, dismember. Number 3, put body parts in acid. Number 4, grind meat. He had all this wrote down, and in his car he had a meat grinder. That was probably the most disturbing case I'd ever heard. And he was sitting like that, looking at the autopsy pictures. I thought, that's the devil. That's what I thought. I thought, I'm staring at the face of the devil right now. That's the way I felt about him. I don't even know who Candace Owen is. I've no idea, and I don't really go and seek people out either, so this is just my channel, and I try and keep it as light as possible, but we do talk about things that's happening in the world, and anything that you want to talk about, I like to talk, but I don't like to have it too dark, this chat either. I like it to be upbeat, and a place for people to go to forget their troubles. Do you know what I'm kind of like? The bar in Cheers. That's what I'm like. I like to used to come in and forget about anything bad that's happening and just relax and chill out and listen to me telling you my stories and stuff. As I say about the wasp. Now the wasp, I bet I'll tell you another one. Please don't be fighting in chat. Please. I'll tell you another story about a wasp. Right, to get off the subject and back on the subject of wasps. It was ages ago, and I was away getting my shopping, and I had a full trolley full of stuff, and I had a handbag, and I was going back to my car with the trolley, and I was being attacked by a wasp. So there I was, waving my bag about, screaming. Everybody stopped what they were doing, turned around and looked at me, and I'm trying to bat this wasp, and my bag fell out my arms and slid underneath someone's car. So I had to let my trolley go, lie on the ground, and get my bag out for someone's car while still being attacked with a wasp, and my trolley was rolling down the hill. It was a whole ordeal. People were staring at me. And I was screaming, I can't help myself. I can't help it. That's how they're the only. And anyway, they kill bees. They kill bees, so I don't like them. I've been stung. It's not the sting. It's just the wee. Oh, it's just something about their wee bodies and the wee. Oh. It's just something about them that I can't stand. Wasps are. That's wasps are a-holes. Because as I said, I'd been watching Alaska: The Last Frontier, and there's this house, and they've got beehives on the roof of the house, and they use the honey because in Alaska I think it's 6 months of darkness, 6 months of light, and Kimberly, good morning to you. So they use the honey for like sweeteners and all sorts of stuff. They use the honey. So one day the girl was coming down and it was just like a massive like swarm like that, bees and things, and she was going, what's happening with the bees? And when she went over, the wasps were taking over the beehive, and the poor bees were lying down. The wasps are stinging hell out of them like that. The husband went away and got a Henry Hoover and sucked them all up like that. But they managed to find the queen bee. The queen bee had left the hive and was somewhere, and all the workers were all round about her. So they managed to get her and put her in another wee house. But that's, the wasps were killing the poor bees. The bees were all just lying like that, dying. So I don't like them. See this boy of mine? See this son of mine? What is he like? Now, you know that I'm quite a religious person, you know, I talk to God every day, etc. And my boy walks about with things like that on. Look, it's a bloody devil. What can I say? It's his age. It's fashion, apparently. It's fashion. Let's walk about with the devil. I wouldn't be walking about with it. I wouldn't be wearing it. But I see, I mean, he walks outside with that, and I'm going, oh God, he's going out with the bloody devil on him. What can I, there's no telling him. Yeah. Do you know, I've bought 2 new wee houses. Is it, Pip? I bought 2 new wee houses that I've got outside, and they're for bugs. They've got all the wee holes like that so bugs can go in them. And there's wee bits for butterflies if the butterflies want to nest in there. So I like to make my creatures comfortable. Not the wasps, so they get the exterminator, that's what they get. £50, the guy was here 2 seconds. Although, see if I mean, you can probably get the stuff on Amazon, but it would be a total hot mess because, you know, I can't really running is not an option for me. So if I was to go over with a big hose and try and kill the wasps, I'd have been stung. It'd have been a whole thing, an ordeal, a nightmare come true. Yeah, that's what the boy likes to wear, stuff like that. What can I say? Each to his own. That's what I am. The religion, football, all the rest of it. Each to their own. I wish more people were like that. When I was at school, I used to wear mini skirts, wee tiny mini skirts like that, wee mini skirts, and just wee blouses, always with the button always open to about here, like that, so you could see some booblers. You know, with the Madonna hairdo and stuff like that. Chewing gum. Bangles all the way up my arm, all different colours of bangles. Crucifixes on, crucifixes. Not for religious purposes, just for fashion. Do you know, I actually remember, this is true, I actually remember going to a nightclub in Glasgow, right in the centre of Glasgow, and it was known to be quite a tough nightclub, right? There was always fights and things like that. And I remember getting buying myself a crucifix that had really sharp edges, and I thought, see if anybody comes near me, they're going to get crucifixed. God forgive me, I was ready to use Jesus as a weapon. A terrible person. Oh, that's lovely walking. See, that's romantic. There we go. Honeybee's a beautiful name. He's very lucky to have you. That's my pyjama bottoms. I'm not going to be ironing them. I used to go crazy on them. So that was the kind of nightclubs we used to go to. The best one ever was when I took the Japanese to a rave. So I did. I wanted to show them the proper Scotland like I show yous. They enjoyed themselves tremendously. There was girls that were at the rave just in bikinis, you know, and we had the glow sticks, of course. You know, I've got to have your glow sticks and a whistle. And they were dancing with the Japanese. The Japanese were going, very exciting. They were like that. So they had a lot to talk about when they went home to Japan. I'll tell you their names. There was Ohira-san, Asai-san, Joji-san was my Mini-san as well. He was there. So I had and they used to call me Linda-san. Very respectful people. Oh yeah, that is romantic, Pip, hiding cream eggs around the house. That's very romantic. See, yous are romantic people. How can I not marry yous? Do yous not want a wee old Scottish lady? No? Oh, well, I tried. One of these days I'm going to be swept off my feet. Oh, I'll be hoisted up like old Mrs. Doubtwater over someone's shoulder. Took up a glen or something like that. That's romance. See, when I watch Braveheart, that's a wee bit of romance in that. I like to watch that. I don't like to watch the end of Braveheart though. That's, Oh, walking out. See, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I love to hear things like that. That's gorgeous. We need more of that. Do you know what we need? We need more of that and less D-pics. We need less D-pics, I think. I'm not one to see people's Ds. Unless I ask for it. But I've not been asking for it. And young guys say, do you know what age I am, son? Do you know my age? You'd be horrified knowing my age and sending me that. Aye. In fact, I think I showed my mum one. I think I showed, because, so my mum's in her 70s, so a 70-year-old woman has looked at your thing. Be sending me that. Because that's what I'm going to phone my mum immediately and say, Mum, wait, you see this? That's the kind of relationship we've got. The same as my daughters. We've always been like that. We're a very open family. We don't walk about naked or anything like that. That'd be weird. Although we do know a family that did. They just used to, they were naturalists. And they just used to walk about the house naked and stuff like that. I could, I'm keeping it. Even if I was going to be romantic, I would need to be with the lights out, curtains drawn under the covers. You know, the light's not my friend when I'm naked. So dark, the darker it is, the better. I'm just saying. But my mum likes to see it. I said, do you want to see this, Mum? So there you are. Don't be sending me D-pics unless you want my mum to see them as well. Walking the hots. I don't even mean it. It's just something that triggers in my brain. Remember, Mum was down a couple of summers ago, and there was no flavouring involved, I can assure you. Amanda was sitting in the living room with Peter. They were eating cake. I was outside and I had my bucket, my big bucket filled with water, and I've got my legs in it. I'm paddling in it like this, and a wasp attacks me, and I'm trying to get up out my chair, and my foot catches the side of the bucket, and I went smack right down, bucket of water all over me. Sophie was running about going, Mum's down, Mum's down again, Mum's down. I happened to look in the living room. Amanda and Peter are still eating their cake. Looking at me, I'm lying on the ground. Sophie ended up picking me up. drenched, and I came in. I felt silly. I'd scraped my knee. I had a wee boo boo on my knee. But Mum's down. I mean, the neighbours will think that must be a regular thing if she's been down again. I have been down a couple of times, and I can't even think any time that I have been flavoured out my nut. This is me sober down. Sober and fall over and things like that. So I know. See, the neighbours must be like, what the hell? Especially the ones up there that can see in my bedroom and see me lying on the bed with cameras facing me and big lights facing me, dressed as an old lady with a feather boa on my neck. They must be like, she must be selling in the internet or something like that. She's doing that for somebody. That's her. That's what she's up to. She's one of these internet people that do that. And see, if I was to explain to MD that I was doing a YouTube video, blah, it would still sound weird. Because when I tell people about ASMR, they're going, what is that? And I'm going, well, it's a relaxing thing. The sounds are tapping. And so they look at you weird. A lot of people don't get it. Well, guys, I think that I've only got a couple more things to do, and then I'm going to get outside. Oh, thank you, open-minded. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming in. Thank you to all of you. Kimberly, did I say good morning to you? I hope I did. Thank you to all of you for coming in. Tomorrow I'll be back more pretty than I am today. You won't recognise me. You'll be like, is that Marilyn Monroe in her house? And it'll be me. So I love you. Have a wonderful Friday. And as I said, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to give you all a big kiss, so pucker up. Bye, everyone.